Hey everyone. Alright, so today we're going to do a Temu unpackaging. Temu's taken the world by storm. Lots of good stuff on there, cheap. I've ordered some stuff from Temu a couple times now, and yeah, it's been alright. I haven't had any complaints. So we're going to open up a package I just ordered. Came in. Be honest, I kind of totally forgot what's even in here. So you're going to find out with me as we unpackage it. Here we go, the famous Temu orange. Now, I do know that everything that was in here is all woodworking related mostly. Little odds and ends things that we use around the shop. You just never really think about. So, now I did get a couple toboggan hats for this upcoming winter season that's right around the corner. Kind of curious how they were. Nice felt toboggan. Not felt, fleece. Felt wouldn't keep you very warm. So yeah, there's one in black. Struggling. And army green fleece. Army green. These aren't too bad. They're like $2 a piece. Got some plans for those. Those will be in a later video. Let's see what else we got here. Any of y'all read Japanese? Pencil sharpener. Do we ever sharpen pencils? This was what I wanted more than anything. No batteries, no power, good old Amish hand crank. It does have a dustbin on the bottom. Apparently, there it is. Pushes in from the front, comes out. Just see how it works. Alright, back. Brand new pencil, unsharpened. Now, I probably will try to figure out a way of mounting this somewhere. It's got a little foam pad on the bottom, but I don't really know what that's going to accomplish. So, see if we can do this without it being mounted. Too bad. It does draw the pencil in when you start cranking it, which is kind of nice. A little bit of pressure on it, try to get that tip fine. Yeah. Too shabby. That'll be alright. That'll come in handy. Better than taking out a utility knife and sitting there and scraping and trying to get it to a fine point. So yeah. I'll put the link for this somewhere up here. I think it was like less than $5. So there's that. What else we got here? No idea what this is. A lot of Temu stuff comes in packaging with no descriptions whatsoever. Still have no idea. Blue. Oh, this little guy comes in handy when you are doing rails and stiles on your doors and you're using your router to mortise in a rabbet for a glass panel, a wood panel, whatever it may be. It punches out those rounded corners when you run your router around it. So that's interesting. Seems pretty well made, all aluminum. Screws here are a little loose. I don't know if they're supposed to be loose or not. We'll do a product demonstration and see how it works. So here is your rabbeted channel, where if you're going to put some kind of an insert in there. As you can see, when you round it over with your rabbet, with your router, you get these rounded edges. Usually you take a chisel, and chisel out your squared edge. But that's where this will come into play. That punch right there, when you hit it with a hammer, comes out and cuts that corner square, allegedly. This round over might be a little bit too big for that, and we're going to find out. I did notice an Allen wrench came with this, and it goes right there in that Allen hole, and it raises and lowers the height of this punch. So I'm assuming you'd want it flush with that, because then this would inset down inside your rabbet. Find out. So it does seem like it's looking like it's going to work. You can see where it, is starting to chisel that square corner out. Let's keep at it. I got a little bitty tack hammer, so Lord knows if it's going to work or not. Zoom out a little bit here. Get away from my camera. So I am seeing now where those screws probably going to need tightened. So let me tighten those up real quick. Alright, we got them all tightened up now. Let's try this again. I may need a bigger hammer. Let's get a bigger hammer. Try this. I could have had them chiseled out at this point, but I'm hoping. And as you can see, now granted I just had that CA glued together, so it wasn't that strong of a joint. Just trying to do it for demonstration purposes. But I mean, it was doing what it's advertised to do. But I don't know. I think maybe I'll stick with the chisel and just pop that corner out a little bit easier. You can see the top of it started to take some wax. That still seemed to keep an edge to it. I don't know. I won't give up on it yet. I'll try it on some other things. Alright. Something else. It says it's red. Aha. This little guy. 2.5 inch right angle speed square, triangle, whatever you want to call it. This I ordered specifically. It does have metric and imperial, or I'm sorry, metric and imperial markings on it. Ordered this specifically for when I am doing drawer openings, and the drawer opening's 4 inches tall, and I want to make sure everything's good and square. I can get that in there and, you know, have the height to get it fully into my corner. So yeah, that's nice, solid aluminum. Again, I mean, I think all the stuff I'm showing you guys is like less than $5. The entire order was under 50, so we'll try that out here in just a second and see what it does. All right, a little 2.5 inch square. Pretend with me, if you will, that this is a drawer opening. I don't have anything in my shop right now I can demonstrate better with, so. But as you can see, that's about 3 3/4 inches. I've got lots of 4-inch squares and stuff that I couldn't fit in there. So this little guy pops right in there, goes right in, tells me I'm square. So it's kind of handy. I'll use the heck out of that for sure. It's a good buy. Alright. It's like Christmas when you order from Temu. If you don't pay attention to what you got, you have no idea what you're opening out of these packages. Alright, I know what this is now. Drawer face clamp for holding it in position while you're trying to set your screws from the inside of the drawer into your drawer face. Has a very thin profile. That way it can clear between your drawer and your face frame. It does have a padded cushion in there to protect paint if you have your stuff already pre-painted. Not much to say about it really. It's a pretty basic tool designed to do what it does. Looks like it'll work. Looks like it'll clamp and hold your drawer face onto your drawer while you're trying to position it to set your screws in. I may put a different padding on that because that's a little bit off-centered and it just looks kind of cheap, to be honest, but yeah, I think that'll help out when I'm setting drawer faces. These I've needed a couple times. Never really even knew they existed, so I've seen them on Temu. Long nib marker. A very long head on it. And the reason I got this was you drill a hole through a 3/4 inch board and you set it on something, and you, for whatever reason, need to know where that hole on your board lands on whatever you're setting it on. This little guy right here, to get right inside that hole, leave yourself a nice little mark, and then you'll know exactly where your hole is lined up. So, came in a 3-pack. You know, I don't know how long they'll last, and they may last once or twice, they may last a while, but I think these were like $2. I mean, for what they are, you know, I've needed it a handful of times. Can't recall why, but I do know I've needed them, and that's why I ordered them. So, yeah. The long nib marker. I just use the wood that I just used. So I got my hole drilled right there. So I want this board over top of that board for reasons unknown to all of us, I want to know where that hole lands on that board when I got everything in position. Put that on there. Put that down through there, kind of give her a twist or two. Boom. Know exactly where that hole would fall. So then I could drill that out, put a grommet or something in there. You know, whatever it may be. Works pretty good. Worth it. And last, no, we're not last. Got one more in there. We'll do that one first. I don't know what's in this big box, but it's heavy. This little guy, I know for a fact I've needed multiple times. You've probably seen him advertised on Facebook and Instagram and everything. This is designed to go on your tape measure. For when you're getting into corners, you can slide that into the corner like such, and we'll demonstrate this here in a second properly, but that will help give you a more accurate reading here on the edge of the clip of what exactly your inside dimensions are. I've been wanting one of these and it was like $2. It's pretty solid, you know, it's all steel. Got a nice heavy duty spring in it, good tension on it, so yeah, that ought to work out pretty nicely. Tape measure clip, we'll just continue using this same example. Say this was all framed in and you couldn't really get to an outside measurement, you need to know what your inside was. Put your tape out there on the edge. Slide this bad boy right into that corner, like that. Do it. I'm showing out here on this leading edge about 11 and 9/16 roughly. Let's just see, 11 and 9/16. Yeah, that works out nice. Goodbye. Now let's just see what this guy is. I mean, literally, you'd have no idea looking at the package of what's in there. It just says some serial numbers, 2-piece, made in China. Imagine that. Made in China. We were probably made in China. Aha! They look like you know whose colors, but they aren't. These are for the bottom of your track saw guides. Bottom of your track saw guides have a U-shaped channel that fits inside of. That slides over your board, your track above it, and obviously you can adjust that quick and freely, and then turn your knob to put tension on it. These 160 by 60 millimeter. I bought these really for like long, like 9 to 10 foot rips on like 8/4 boards, 6/4 boards that, you know, I need to get a good straight edge on before I can get it over to my table saw and rip the opposite side. My Festool and Makita track saw guides have like a foam rubber bottom on them, and when you're cutting small stuff, I never clamp them. It just stays in place and I just go with it. But I've noticed on longer rips, sometimes, you know, they can't have a tendency to move on you, especially if the wood has some dust or anything on it. So 2-pack. These were a little bit more. Again, I'll link all these products but I'm wanting to say these may have been like 15 bucks, but compared to the other green guy, a lot cheaper. So, yeah, that's my review of some Temu merchandise I got. From the looks of it, everything seems to be really solid. You know, it takes Temu a little bit longer to get you stuff. It's like 10 business days. I don't know if that's just because they're so busy. Their warehouses are here in the United States. So, if you're on a budget, if you're a starting woodworker, if you're a small business owner like I am, where you're trying to save a couple bucks here and there and don't have the money to buy all the name brand stuff, I think this stuff will suffice. I mean, it'll do what you need it to do. So, I've also got tumblers available in my TikTok shop. So if you guys are on TikTok, you might check that out. I'm under Woodwork 740 on there as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.